Hello, welcome back to another episode of Between the Horns with your host, Mr. Aaron Horn. Thank you so much for being here today. Wow. Since I made my last video, I've gotten such an amazing response back from some of you guys, and I appreciate it. I appreciate your vulnerability. Some of you shared in different ways, directly with me in person. Some people I got a phone call. I had a couple of those. Lots of private messages. I really appreciate everybody's involvement in this. The people who involved themselves in this and the ones who felt safe enough to do it. And I want to mention that I appreciate the ones of you that are just observing for now. And that's fine. That's fine. Okay? Just observe for now. No, you don't need to comment. You don't need to do nothing. Okay? If some of this is ringing a bell with you, though, I really do appreciate the feedback. I really appreciate the effort that you guys put into it because it makes me feel safe. It makes me start to see that I can be myself and that I can go through life and deal with life my way and not have to make it look a certain way. And so I really appreciate that. I appreciate the place to be able to do this. Man, today I just wanted to go back and get on some points again that I talked about last week, just to start to kind of fill these out a little bit and really start to see how they resonate with you. This stuff's working in my life. It doesn't work for everybody. I understand that. If you can glean from it, if you can get some help, great. If you can't, encourage me along the way. I really appreciate the encouragement. This isn't an easy subject to talk about. I'm having to stand out here and I yell it out into the trees. You know, I'm in the middle of the forest right now and I'm out here, you know, letting everybody know, and I'm glad I can. I'm so blessed to be able to share my experiences, to feel like that I can be vulnerable with people and that I'm learning that piece, you know. It's one thing to come out and just be flamboyant about it and put on a show, whatever, but it's another thing to really start to feel that connection. And I started to feel that with some of you this week, and I really, again, appreciate that. So thank you. So today I want to go back to this whole idea of connection. Talked about it in a group I'm in on Sunday night. I talked about how I'm dealing with connection right now. It resonated with a few people. Man, I'm seeing where we just don't have enough connection. I mean, we say we're connected, but so many of us are connected through these things, the cell phones, right? Social media. On and on it goes. Zoom calls. You know, we talk a lot about this idea that we're missing true connection in people. And I watch it, people, you know, sit in a restaurant or different places where they'll be together, but they're both on their device. They're somewhere else. They're somewhere else. And they're not really connected. They'll sit there face to face in a restaurant, two people, and they'll be on their phones, you know, and it's, I guess if it's working, do it. But if you want true connection, how about try this? Try putting the cell phones down. Try putting it in your pocket. Leave it in the car if you can. I know some of us have to carry them either for business or personal stuff. I understand that. Take some time to break away from it. Sometimes my phone, when it needs charged, I'm in the house or whatever, I live in a real small place, I'll take my phone out and put it on the charger in my car to give myself a 45 to a minute to an hour long break of not having it. It's a little excessive, but sometimes it's that hard to break away from those things, to not just pick them up and always be connected with others when we're not truly connected at all. And so that connection piece, in order to be truly connected, go back to those 4 S's. Now, last time I was on here, I talked about seen, safe, soothed, and secured. The 4 S's. I'm going to change something up. I'm not changing it up. The way it really is safe, seen, soothed, and secure. Safe, seen, soothed, and secure. Safe, seen, soothed, and secure. Safe means that I'm in that place with them. It means that I'm vulnerable. It means that I don't go and tell other people. It means that I am a man of my word and that I do not go out and spread those things about people, that I can be trustworthy. Safe. When I feel safe in a connection with people, then what can I do? I can start to feel seen, right? They start to see me for who I am. Not who they want me to be, okay? Not who not the projection they want of what they want from me, or what I think they want from me. Two different things there. What they want from me, what I think they want from me, okay? We can start to feel seen. Once I feel seen, once I know that I'm not just drifting, and that I'm not out here all alone in this fight in here between the horns, remember, with your host, Mr. Aaron Horn, right? Once I start to feel that, then what can I do? I feel safe, I feel seen. Now what do I feel? I feel soothed. I feel like I can be me. I feel like when I am me, there is going to be a connection there where I don't have to be something I'm not, and where they're not trying to make me something I'm not. I'm now soothed. I feel like I'm safe and I'm seen, and now I feel soothed in that moment. Now, when those three things are present, safe, seen, soothed, then you get that last one, and boy, that one's important. Secure. Secure. When someone feels secure in your interactions, in your relationship, in your communication, in your conversation, that connection piece, when they start to feel that secure, then what can they do? Boy, they're unstoppable, right? So many people are missing this piece. They're missing this piece. Now, I said last time that, I'm making a couple corrections. Dr. Kurt Thompson, the author of The Anatomy of the Soul, The Anatomy of Desire, The Anatomy of Desire. I just lost it. Anyway, he's written several books. Now, he didn't come up with the safe, seen, soothed, and secure. That's where I got it from. That's where, when I read his book, watched his podcast, by the way, I suggest that. He has a podcast that's just unbelievable when he talks about these things. And he talks a lot about generational trauma and a lot of the big stuff. He's a neuroscientist out of Biola University out of California. But he got that from the Hemmer Institute. I don't know a lot about them. What I've known about safe, seen, soothed, and secure is out of Dr. Thompson's book. But I did look at that this week at some of their Facebook or YouTube, and boy, they just really have a good way of teaching this stuff. And I suggest going on there. And if any of you are looking for the link, I can definitely send it out. I'll try to post it on here. I'm not sure how to do that. Kind of new to this whole posting stuff and videos and all that. I make a few of them here and there, but this is kind of a different format. So I'll try to put the link in there for you. But really is amazing stuff. And when you start, those four things exist, then true connection can happen. And boy, it is powerful. It's powerful when true connection starts to happen. And I'll say from my own experience, that's not the norm. It's not the norm now to have that true connection. And that's again, my experience. Some of you may be experiencing it differently. I can't say, though, that I see that happening in the world around me. I can't see that true connection's really happening. I listen to the conversations, and I listen to the bickering back and forth about each other, and the toxic things they say about each other, and the way that they're friends, they have that connection, but boy, people are just grinding at the axe over some stuff with each other, and that's not true connection. There's no way you can feel safe, seen, soothed, and secure in a relationship if it's just butting heads all the time. And so I don't see that connection. If some of you are experiencing that, teach the rest of us, because I mean, you got something maybe the rest of us don't have. I don't see this, though. I don't see that true connection, and I'm hungry for it. I'm yearning for deeper connections with people, real true connections. I'm not saying like friends, okay? There's a difference. Friends, acquaintances, all the different, whatever the title is we put on a connection. Not the same thing. Not the same thing at all. This is talking about true connection. You know, every one of us knows what that is. We can look back and say, well, that person, I was able to connect with that person. Maybe for some of us, it's not very many connections in our life. Maybe we feel like we've been disconnected most of our life. And I see you today. I do. I see those out there that they feel that. They haven't been seen The stuff that's going on inside their head, they're the only ones that know about it. And they haven't been seen in a long time, and they feel estranged. They feel isolated. They feel, let's even admit it, sometimes it even feels like our reality is in check, if we're honest, when we don't have that connection. So it's so important. And I encourage you guys, I don't know why this is the topic that, I'm letting this thing happen as it happens. Talking about the things that help me, talking with you guys between the horns with your host, Mr. Aaron Horn. Again, I am so grateful that you guys showed up today to watch this. If you watch it later, whatever, blessings to you. Please give me feedback. I love to hear from you guys. I do. I love to hear from you guys. And if you found secrets that work, sometimes that's valuable to the rest of us. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes what helps us doesn't help others. And so we have to be cognitive of that. And we have to recognize that not everybody wants it stuffed down their throat. It's one thing to encourage. It's another thing to try to convert or convict someone, or to put them in their place to see change, just because that's what we want to see. So thank you again. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. What a blessing. What an honor to be out here. I've heard some great responses from you guys again, and it's just great to hear from you. A lot of hard stuff, but boy, thank you for sharing, feeling safe enough, and feeling seen enough, and feeling secure enough, or soothed and then secure enough, that you can share those things. And that helps other people, because when we share what we're going through, it gives other people permission to feel what they're feeling. Because we start to realize that, it's not the same struggle, maybe, but a lot of times we all know what pain is in our lives. Pain knows pain, right? Just being vulnerable enough to be able to sit with people. Thank you for joining me. This is Between the Horns with your host, Mr. Aaron Horn. Thank you for joining me today. Blessings. Love you guys. Be kind.